Hello. Hello, dear ladies and gentlemen. My name is Christina, and I'm Drone Show Technology Marketing and Communication Lead in SPH Engineering. And it's my pleasure to welcome you from all over the world to this webinar, Building Drone Show Business with Ready-to-Fly Drones. Today, we have gathered here to explore the potential and advantages of using ready-to-fly drones and discuss the role they play in building drone show business. But before we delve into detail, let me provide you an overview of our agenda for today's webinar. We have a fantastic lineup of speakers who will be sharing valuable insights and practical guidance of how VG drones and drone show technologies can empower you to run amazing drone shows. Firstly, we will have speakers from VG Drones who will meet us with VG Drones company and its specifics. They will also clarify advantages of ready-to-fly drones for show business and explore the available options for drone show business interested in using VG drone kits. Next, we have SPH engineering speakers who will provide us with market overviews, trends, and vision, and will guide us through the steps of launching a drone show business. After enlightening presentations from our speakers, we will open the floor to a Q&A sessions. So please, dear participants, don't hesitate to write your questions and special Q&A session. You can see it on your screen. This is your opportunity to engage with our speakers and address any questions you may have about creating a drone show business using ready-to-fly drones. And finally, we will close our webinar with a summary of the key takeaways from today's discussion. A few words about our speakers. So today we are honored to have with us our partner, our amazing friends, our great speakers, Antonio Aguilera, Chief Technology Officer in Watergush in VG Drones, and Gerard Paez, Operation Manager in VG Drones. Also, we will have speakers from SPH Engineering, Ilza Mazalevska, Lead Sales Manager for Drone Show Technologies, and of course, Alexander Lewandowski, Head of Drone Show Technologies in SPH Engineering. I think now we can start our webinar. Please don't forget, ask your question in special session, Q&A section, and we really want to encourage you to actively participate, because our goal is not only educate, but also to build a strong community and address any challenges you may have faced building a drone show business. Let's start our webinar. So, Antonio, I give you the floor. Please share your presentation.
Thank you so much. First of all, I want to say thanks to SPH for inviting us today and to be able to have this opportunity to talk to the community. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about our company. So the next slide talks about precisely what is our company about. So we established our company 20 years ago doing fountains, and pretty much we have that experience doing submersible electronics and manufacturing hardware. So WG Drones started as a spin-off of Watergush, and we specialize in creating hardware for submersible luminaires and automation for pumping systems and those kind of things. Then we started doing drones 3 years ago, or so 4 years ago, when we visited Latvia. We started as a customer from SPH Engineering. So we brought these drones here, and our experience basically flourished, and we saw an opportunity, and we saw some flaws on some parts of the hardware, so we decided to start doing our own. So our main focus is pretty much R&D. Our company develops any kind of technology. We are in software, we are in hardware, and we are constantly creating stuff to fulfill this constantly evolving market. So this market has been moving really quick, And all those specifics that are the challenges that we have moving forward in the future are the ones that we are focused on to attend the market. Well, in our company, what we envision to do, or WG Drones, we believe that we can provide everything that is necessary for you to become a successful drone show provider. And our design basically takes basically taking count all the details that the current stage of the market is uh, uh, in the supply chain, also in the technical aspects of how do you deploy and how do you perform a show. So our vision as well is that you can become not only a drone show provider, also to build an ecosystem, build a framework where you don't have this downtime because you need to service a drone. So we want to teach people how to service their own drones, basically. So you have this freedom and independence from us, the manufacturer. So I will give the floor to Gerard so he can explain you a little bit more about it. So Gerard, you're up.
As Antonio mentioned, the drone we came up with is the DR001, and we focus on three main technical aspects that define our drone. The first one is the F9P GPS technology. This technology has helped us fly in places where it's not easy to be able to fly due to satellite counts. This is due to the GPS being able to see 5 concurrent satellite constellations instead of 2 concurrent satellite constellations of the M8P satellites. In some locations, this has been a key point for allowing drone shows to be performed in certain times of the day or times of the year, which satellites can be scarce. One of the main benefits that this GPS has also provided to customers is it's easier to set up a whole show since the drone is ready to go in less than 10 minutes from a cold start. So the convergence time of the drone is really fast and it's able to be ready to fly in a short notice, which we've seen it's something that clients are looking for more as they try to complement drones with external devices like fireworks, and they want the shows to be as coordinated as possible. And also the GPS is more accurate than the M8P, has a 3 centimeter horizontal accuracy and a 10 centimeter vertical accuracy, while the M8P has 10 centimeters horizontal and 30 centimeters vertical. So this improvement in accuracy also helps drone formations to look better together and allows drones to move faster while maintaining their position. Another key aspect of our drone is our lighting. As Antonio mentioned, we come from a background of lighting and we translated our knowledge into building the LEDs in our drone. These are fully RGB-W LEDs that are able to go at a maximum brightness of 2,200 lumens. The RGB-W is key to allow more flexibility for animators to create more complex colors and to create story with the colors as well. By adding the white color in the LEDs, the number of colors available for designers increases from more than 60 million to more than 4 billion colors. Also, the way we design our LEDs, these LEDs do not burn, so you can keep them on previous to the show. They will use up some battery, but the LEDs can stay on for as long as you want them to be on. And the third aspect of our drone design is, as well as Antonio mentioned, the DIY-like design. This is so we can teach you how to move around the drone. We can teach you how to maintain it, how to be able to repair a motor, repair an arm, repair a flight controller, and even exchange parts. So if we authorize a change of parts, that can also be possible in the future. As some of our clients are currently seeing, they are switching from an M8P technology of previous versions of the drone to a newer F9P GPS. And they are doing that only by switching the GPS module. So they're able to upgrade their drone by only switching the part that they need upgrading. They do not have to discard the whole drone. So we're envisioning to use this type of design in the future to keep our drone up to market standards as well, to keep up with the newer technologies that are coming up. A little more in depth of our drone here, a little bit its sizes and its spec sheet, so you're able to sense what it can do. The drone weighs 565 grams without a battery, and with the recommended battery weighs under a kilogram, which is important for some regulations in some countries. The battery size of the drone also depends. The drone's able to fit different batteries. We do not have a proprietary battery. That means that you can go without recommended battery, but you can also source batteries yourself. That gives you more flexibility to control that part of the supply chain. We have tested batteries from 3,700 milliamps up to 7,200 milliamps, all 4S batteries, which have performed, and the drone's able to perform shows with them. It depends during the location and the wind speeds, how the battery life manages. Sometimes increasing the weight and high winds is not recommended, but depending on what you're looking to accomplish for the drone, that is going to help you outperform your show. The recommended speeds that we have for a drone is we have an ascent and descent speed of 5 meters per second and a horizontal speed of 10 meters per second. That is due to safety reasons, and the drone is able to handle those speeds due to its increased size as 205 millimeters from motor to motor. Also, the maximum flight time that the drone has experienced is 25 minutes on a hover position. And the maximum flight distance, depending on your Wi-Fi infrastructure, will be 600 meters as well. The maximum sustained wind speed that we have tested is 15 meters per second. This is in a show. So during a show environment, the drone has performed well in a 15 meters per second. It's important to say that with a higher wind speed, also there's a higher risk during the show, but the drone's able to handle those higher wind speeds in case of operations in windy spaces. The drone can operate its Wi-Fi in 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. We recommend operating in 5 gigahertz due to its increased speed, but it's able to operate in 2.4 gigahertz as well. In some countries, that regulation might limit the 5 gigahertz band. And we also have a radio that operates on the ISM band of your country. So depending on where you're located, we're gonna adapt the radio for you. And that radio has an increased range of up to 2 kilometers for safety reasons. So in case a drone goes out of sight of Wi-Fi, you're able to recuperate it with the radio. As I mentioned, the GPS is able to see 4 concurrent satellites as well as the UgCS satellites, and the LED lighting has 2,200 lumens RGBW. A little bit of our DR001 is you can get it in 2 different forms. So we sell our drone as a ready-to-fly drone and as a kit. So ready-to-fly drones are recommended for clients that are looking to start flying as soon as they receive their drones, while kits are probably for clients that have expertise building drones or have a team available to be able to assemble the drones and test them. Ready-to-fly drones go through our internal quality control test to ensure that when the drones arrive to your facilities or your location, the drones will be fully functional, and you're gonna start performing all your tests and start getting used to the drones. All drones are pre-programmed and all their systems are set up correctly, and that means that on your end, you don't need as much manpower to service the drones. One of the disadvantages of the ready-to-fly drones is that it's a higher volume that we're shipping, so that there's a higher cost of shipping as well. On the other hand, we have kits. In kits, we send you all the parts necessary for the drone and you assemble the drone yourself. So in that version, there's a lower initial cost per drone, as well as a reduced shipping cost because the volume that we're sending is reduced. We're not sending the empty volume that we do with a fully drone. We sell packed case with all the parts that is really compact. This also gives you a better advantage to service the drone because you get a better knowledge of all the systems in the drone, because while you and your team assemble the drones, you start like knowing the parts, start knowing how where each thing goes, what thing might fail, and why, if something fails, what the reason for that is. One of the disadvantages of acquiring drones in the kit version is that you need a highly technical manpower. You need people that are able to do a really good job soldering. You're gonna need people that have knowledge working with electronics, that have knowledge working probably in laptops or other equipment that need to that have electronics in them, and small cables and small connectors. And it's a really arduous job depending on the technical skills of the people. If you have highly technical people, then this job is going to be a little bit easier. While if you don't have the team, then probably your team's going to have to get accustomed to working with the drone. All drones need to also be programmed according to our specifications and tested to pass all the quality control tests that we're going to give you. So all drones are going to be deemed ready to fly. Once all drones have passed all quality control tests, all drones need to be flown manually to ensure that they are airworthy. So no drone can be flown on autonomous mode without first being flown in manual mode. That's for safety reasons due to an eventuality. And it's also important to know that all our clients will receive our full customer support through on-site visits, WhatsApp, Slack, Discord, phone calls, or whichever method you prefer us to contact you or to give you support with. So a little bit about ready to fly drone. This has been our most popular option during the past 18 months. There have been 2,000 drones delivered for that amount during that period of time. And for these drones, we currently have a 90 days lead time that helps you get your drones and start performing shows as soon as possible. Subject to availability and the current stocks, we may be able to ship 20 drones ahead of time inside of a month for you to start training, to start getting your team accustomed to DSS, to start getting accustomed to drones, maybe disassemble one drone and assemble it again so you get used to how the drone is and its parts and everything. And once you receive your full fleet, then you're going to be able to start performing the bigger shows. It's important to know that all ready-to-fly drones are flown manually by our team in our facilities to ensure that they are airworthy before shipping out. And they all have to pass all our quality control checks. Otherwise, they will not be shipped out to you, and they will be retained in our facilities until the drone passes all tests. It's important to know that even for the ready-to-fly drones, we offer an assembly training that we recommend all our clients to take. This is for you to be able to service your drones, for you to be able to repair and maintain and do everything necessary for your drones. And here's an example of how our drones have flown. This is a ready-to-fly drones delivered in Mexico. This is a company that specializes in street lighting. So they didn't come from a background of working with electronics. They didn't have the background to assemble their own drones. They do have a big team for operations, but they did not have the necessary manpower to assemble the drones. So they decided to acquire the ready-to-fly drones and start performing shows. And inside the first 2-3 months, they have performed 2-3 shows for clients already, and they're moving towards expanding their fleet, expanding their clients, and moving towards a better product overall. So this is an example of ready-to-fly drones delivered in Mexico and what they were able to design. This was, I believe, their second or third show, and they are starting to do more complex things with their animations. They're still trying to figure out the best way to record the shows, but this is a little bit of what they got, and they didn't have the technical expertise to work with the kits. As well with the DR001 kit, here's on the top right, what we see is all the parts that you're gonna receive for you to assemble your own drone. We have tested this model before. There have been clients in Mexico, India, Spain, Australia, and South Korea that have chosen this version. And the reasoning for choosing the drone may vary depending on the customer. We have customers that decided to go with a kit because they were able to acquire more drones for the same amount of money. There were clients that wanted to reduce their shipping costs, or they had the technical team available and said, okay, I want to try and do this with a kit so my team can handle it. And there were also clients that they were not able to get ready-to-fly drones inside their market due to importation restrictions. So they were able to do it with a kit version. So they purchased the parts from us, the parts got into their country, and then they assembled the ready-to-fly drone inside their country. In the bottom right, I'm going to play a video of the drone from Korea performing a show. These were fully assembled drones it was a team of 2 people that assembled 80 drones in South Korea. These are all F9P drones as well. It's important to note that during this period with a client, we have worked on improving our design. There were certain aspects that clients struggled with. For example, the soldering was one of the main aspects that clients did not fully handle. So we moved to a design that have more connectors and remove soldering needs for the kit version as much as possible. So once you get your kit, it's like putting a puzzle together and putting all the connectors in the right place. And then you're gonna have your ready to fly drone. Nevertheless, we recommend the team that's gonna assemble the kits to be able to solder in case it's needed, in case of repairs, or in case you need to perform an extra step. For you to have that knowledge is gonna be key in order to be successful with the kits. And I'm gonna follow up with a little bit of what we're developing at the moment to showcase a little bit of our focus on research and development. So during last year, we developed our own FMU. Our own flight controller was developed because there was a scarcity in the market of the necessary flight controllers that could be compatible with the necessities of drone shows. So we decided to go and design our own flight controller. The flight controller is designed with a 87 chip, which is the recommended chip at the moment for flight controllers that run PX4. Has a redundancy of IMUs to reduce flyaways or any other eventualities, and has an integrated flight termination system, which is also necessary for some regulations. This gives you the possibility to literally kill the drone. So you cut power to the flight controller and the drone's gonna drop from the sky. This is also integrated inside this design. And the design of the FMU was made so it can be adapted to other drones. It was designed for our drone, but we also developed a carrier board that's going to allow you to put it inside other drones using all the connectors that are included in the carrier board. During this year, we have developed also F9P GPS. So after seeing a little bit of the stock issues that the GPS market currently has as well, we moved towards developing our own F9P GPS. And this also works with an external magnetometer that is key to be able to perform the show with DSS. During this time, we've also developed a battery clip that allows an easy way to put the batteries on or off the drone. Otherwise, you'd have to strap batteries with Velcro to the drone each time. With this battery clip, what you do is you strap the battery to the clip and then just put it inside the drone and out as many times as you want, and it's pretty simple to do. And some of the development we currently have in progress that are pretty advanced in their development is we are probably gonna have pretty soon the fireworks drone. So due to our drone design, a DIY-like design, we're working on an add-on that you can purchase and you could launch fireworks from the drone. This will allow clients to perform more complex shows and to be adapting to the more complex demands of the market at the moment. And we also are developing a charging base. So a landing pad that's able to provide some type of charge to the drone. So there's no battery burn during the whole setup time. And once the drone flies, the drone's gonna fly with 100% of its battery capacity. So these are the two developments that are currently almost complete and that are gonna be completed during the next 6 months. I don't know, Antonio, if you want to add any more comments.
Sorry, guys, I'm doing my best to answer questions on the chat. So I don't know if you want to reach out later, and I don't know if you want to reach out for us. There's an email there that you can absolutely send more information. We can send you also, people are asking for the cases, how do you transport them? So I'm pretty sure that we can get to that part on Q&A. So I will let Christina and the SPH team to take part of the presentation, okay?
Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Jared. It was really interesting to know a lot of impactful details of VG drones. And now it's time to shift our focus to Alexander, Head of Drone Show Technologies at SPH Engineering. Alexander, please, it's your time to shine.
Yeah, we're 10 years old, and we have our flagship product is UgCS, DJI authorized mission planning software, and one of the best software for UAV mission planning purposes. So we also offer custom development services and have developed over 20 customized applications for enterprise customers. So it was one of the biggest drone service provider in the United States, top 3 construction companies in South Korea, mining company from Australia, for example, police department in a Middle East country. As well, we're have successfully integrated more than 10 different sensors, such as ground penetration radar, magnetometers, echo sounders, metal detectors, methane detectors. And yeah, for example, using drone and ground penetration radar, we assisted our customer in discovering their P-38 aircraft under 104 meters of ice in Greenland in 2018. So our intensive experience in software development and integration with their complex hardware allows us to support customers with their diverse applications and scenarios. So yeah, let me share interesting story. 7 years ago, one of our potential customer discovered our UgCS software and asked us, hey guys, could you make a performance for more than one drone? And we answered, okay, let's try. So we designed a drone for the drone swarm industry, the first version of drone show software, and finally successfully performed the first 20 drone show in American amusement park. And today our customers can manage more than 1,500 drones with our software. So currently we have 15 partners across the globe. For example, we have a partner in Japan. So these guys manufacture the drones according to Japanese requirements, and they sold over 1,000 drones in Japanese market because you have to add certified primary channel, the secondary channel according to Japanese legal requirements. Yeah, we have 195 customers across the globe. We train over 400 pilots, and as well, altogether, our customers have a fleet over 20,000 of drones. And yeah, we arranged the first international drone show choreography competition, the second drone show competition, the third. Totally, we got over 469 participants and more than 500 plus media publications. Essentially, it were great events. And in the end of the day, a few of our finalists established their successful design studios. And this year we have our on-site part of a third international drone show competition, and our community member with us, of course, arranged this international drone show festival in Catalonia, Spain. The dates should be specified soon. And as well, we're planning to announce the fourth drone show competition soon. Yeah, as I told you, we have customers across the globe, and we have drone show global community. It means for some new companies, new market players, that you will be not alone in the very beginning. We have our community forum, we have our community section on our website, and yeah, we're at our community members on our website, and as well assist them with PR and marketing services. So we publish their success, their stories in our social media, in our web. Finally, assist them to grow. And as well, yeah, we have a lot of success stories when, you know, community members, they're like professionals and gentlemen, and can work together to close some huge shows, huge agreements together. So I will tell more a little bit later about some rightness examples. Yeah, as well, to protect the industry, we established a drone show association because, you know, we see a lot of crazy guys who are perform a show above the audience, they ignoring the rules, and association's goal is to protect industry and recommend the safety standards for the market and market players. So I hope that in the near future, we'll arrange some webinar and talk about these safety requirements and recommend the safety requirements to authorities across the globe from Drone Show Association. So regarding the market, yeah, of course, the market is growing and growing steadily. So based on our detailed analysis market in 2021, 2022, yeah, so the market size in 2022 was approximately $180 million with 1,800 shows launched in 60 countries. I'm proud to announce that more than 50% of these shows were performed by our customers. The average numbers of drones used in the show is 300. And the average budget of the single show is 100K. So the top countries in the drone show industry is, of course, the United States, Mexico, United Kingdom, and China. And the price, yeah, here there are average prices per drone in different regions. So in the United States currently is 300 per drone per show, in Europe 350, in Asia Pacific region 200. And this price depends on the region and type of the show, complexity of the show, duration of the show, etc., etc. So for example, if you perform a daily show using the same animation, the price could be lower than price for some unique event, let's say 4th of July in New York City, where price could be higher. Yeah. Here we have developed their business model based on real data from the market, real insights. We understand the revenue structure, cost structure, return investment picture. So this information is important to get a bank loan or pitch idea to your potential investors. So currently it's a little bit hard to get some venture investment, and so you need to explore options such as using your funds or taking a bank loan, or find some 3F investors, friends, and family. So let me explain a little bit this picture. So annual, yeah, at least you need minimum 100K to launch this business. And here we present some figures based on assumption that the drone show price is $250 per drone per show with 3 shows per month. So annual revenue is 9K. The average investment per drone plus software plus everything is 1,800. And operational expenses, yeah, you can see here, these operational expenses depends on the size of your fleet. And yeah, these operational expenses include salaries for employees, costs to design the animation, transportation costs, so everything. Yeah. And yeah, here you can see the return on investment picture. So if you'd like to create the individual business plan, please use this code and join to our introductory course. We'll be able to together create with you your individual business plan. Yeah, so obviously drone shows have specific niches and target audiences. We observe that the significant percentage of drone shows are launched for public events such as concerts, national holidays, city celebrations. Marketing the Sky allows well-known companies to showcase their products or launch a show with their logos. So additionally, yeah, private events, corporate events, festivals. So for example, this year, there were a daily show during the Coachella Festival. And for example, our friends from Dionysus launch a permanent show in amusement park in Europe, almost every day. Yeah. So let's discuss the difference in the number of drones used in the shows. So it was first commercial show performed by EG drones. Yeah, it's just 40 drones, but yeah, you can see that, yeah, it was amazing. And you can see that using just 40 drones, you can create something. Yeah, then it's 100 drones. It was a show in Spain. So using just 100 drones, you can easily create some recognizable phrase and recognizable pictures. So it's 100 drones is wide enough to in the very beginning. Yeah, it's our one of the first customer, Patrice Guy, Jeff Clarmer from Canada, North Stars fireworks drones, North Stars drone shows. So guys sold this amazing show for, it was collaboration with rapper Drake and Nike. So it's a logotype of this core brand. It was amazing. Great job was done. Yeah, then 500 drones. It's performed in Albania by our customer Drone Show Europe. So that's amazing. And yeah, 1,500 drones performed by our partner from South Korea. Yeah, essentially we can divide drone shows into two types. So it's a standalone show and complex show. So you can easily combine drone show with fireworks, lasers, fountains, whatever, using industry standard SMPTE time code. And as well, we're planning to announce their new version. And in this version, so you will be able to create your animation with music synchronization. So it will be fantastic. Yeah, so when you choose us, you gain access to our extensive experience. We assist, as I told you, customers in conducting joint PR and marketing activities for our marketing and communication channels. So here's the example of Eurovision show in the United Kingdom last month. It was 624 drones. It's in the middle, it's a winner of Eurovision 2023, Lorraine, and performed by our customer Celestial. So then here's another remarkable example. Two of our customers, Astranta from Poland and Light Sky from Lithuania, combined their fleet to launch a show with 200 drones. Each of them has just 100 drones. And so this show took place in a Tech Chill startup conference in Riga. Yeah, and so our customers, true professionals, and they collaborate with each other to have these impressive shows. And here, important to know that we don't perform commercial shows and we don't compete with our customers. So we assist our customers to grow and help them to be famous, successful, as much as we can from. Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's absolutely amazing example. Our close friends from Skylements, Preston Ward. Guys, Skylements launched a show for the secret of Skinwalker's Ranch to uncover various anomalies. So this experiment was shown in their History channel. It was 100% amazing. Now I would like to pass the floor to my colleague Ilza, our lead account manager. So she will assist you with their practical steps, how to start your drone show business. And I'm planning to answer to your questions. I see, 25 answered. Thank you. Okay, Ilza, the floor is yours.
Well, good day, everyone. So today I will guide you a little bit through the process and the steps that you need to take in order to build a successful business and what kind of things to take into consideration when you are just starting. So we understand that, for example, if some of you are not familiar with drones or you are not familiar with the drone industry, but you see potential in this and you would like to build a drone show business, it might seem that there's like so many things to do and that you don't know where to start, and this can be overwhelming. So with this in mind, we have created this introductory course that Alex mentioned a little bit. And in this course, we cover several modules. So the first module is about your business model, where you learn what is the initial investment required, what are the associated expenses, for example, the people you need to hire, maybe insurance, transportation, as well as you learn about return on investment or break-even point, depending on the selling price that you manage to sell, and also the amount of shows that you're able to perform per month. And this gives you like an overall picture of what is necessary and when to expect some return on your investment. So this is the first module. Then we have a module that speaks more about legal aspects that are necessary to successfully run drone shows, as well as like you would be given access to Drone Show Creator and to create your first animation for the show. And another session would be about where one of my colleagues would share tips and advice on how to create a good presentation for your potential investors or customers. So here on this slide, you can see the steps that you need to take to start a successful drone show business, but not necessarily this is the right order, because some of these steps can be done simultaneously. And in fact, many of our clients do that. Like, for example, maybe the first step is to understand the scope of the numbers, let's say how much you need to invest and how quickly you would get this return. But at the same time, for example, when we talk about these permits that you need, like getting the licenses and permission, it can take a few months. So many of our clients, they purchase the solution, start getting familiar with the software, practicing it, and meanwhile, they are submitting all the paperwork to get the permits, they are creating the team, and they keep creating or making better their presentations to show to new potential clients. So one of the most important parts for running a show is get all the necessary permits. So in this presentation, I will focus a little bit more on the US market, but we have also information for European market as well. If you take our introductory course, as well as some of the things are quite general and common also in other markets outside of European Union or United States. So basically, when we talk about permits, there are three things that you have to take into consideration and apply for. First of all, you need to have certified drone pilots. So in the United States, it is mandatory that at least one of the team members has the Part 107 certification. Here you can see the steps you need to take in order to get this certificate. So first of all, you need to carefully study the documentation for that. Then you need to register and apply in FAA. to get this admission for the exam. You pay the fee and then you pass the exam. After you have passed the exam successfully, you still need to fill out some forms, which you can see here. And after that, you can actually get the certificate. So I said that there are like 3 things to take into consideration. So this is the second one, which is about the drone registration. So every drone that you are using for your drone shows must be registered under Part 107. Here you can see some of the registration requirements, which like physical address, email address, phone number, and so on. And it has a cost. So it costs $5 per drone, and it's valid for 3 years. And the third one, and very specific thing to drone shows, are the waivers. So in United States, you have to get 2 specific waivers. One is for swarm operations or of multiple UAVs operations. And another one is like for night operations. It usually, to get these permits, might take around 3 months, depending on the state. But also we collaborate with a lawyer who is located in the United States, and he has already helped many of our clients to submit the paperwork and get the waivers. So if you are interested, you can contact us and we can share his contact details, so you can get this quicker with someone who already knows how to submit these papers. So then what is exactly included in the drone show software package? So because what we sell, it's not only the software, it's the full bundle, which includes the hardware, the firmware, the software, and the training. So I will just go briefly for each and explaining each of the components to give you a better understanding of what would be included. So first of all is the drone show software, and the software itself also has several parts. So it is run, the show basically is run from 2 separate computers. So the lead pilot would be managing basically the whole process of the show, like the takeoff, the dancing of the animation and landing, while the co-pilot would be managing a secondary application, which is called Red Button. At the same time, the software package includes also Path Viewer, where you can see how the animation would look like in simulation mode. And this is also the moment when you can check whether this animation is actually safe for use, because you might see that maybe the drones are crossing paths and there is like a possibility of a collision. So you can notice it here at this stage, and you can make the necessary adjustments before you actually upload these animations to the drones. And as well, we have a time code available in software. So it means that you can synchronize drone shows with other things like fireworks, music, or lasers. And some of our clients are already doing that. So another aspect which was included, another component is the training. So the training usually lasts around like 3 to 4 days, and it's 4 hours a day. And for this, you have several options. So one option is on site, so that your team, up to 4 people, can come to Latvia and our engineers will train you here. Another option is that we do it online, for example, through Zoom. And the advantage of this is that you get the recording of the sessions that you can use afterwards to teach like newcomers to your team. And another version is like a hybrid, maybe more theoretical parts you just choose to learn online, and more practical parts it could be on site, whether in Latvia or on your premises. And currently, we have trained more than 400 professionals already. Very important part of the training is also the certification for your drone teams. So after your team has successfully got the training, they would need to pass the test, which consists of some practical parts and also online tests. And once your team members had shown enough knowledge of the drone shows, and how to set everything up. And after passing the test, you would get certificates, which is also important for you to get the permits and fly actually shows. Very important aspect where we put a lot of energy is to have a really highly qualified support team who is available to you to support you during your steps with the drone shows. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out or you have been doing shows for like maybe several months or years. So with the purchase of the software, you get 12 months of support. And after that, there is a license renewal, which also gives you access to the technical support. There are several ways to contact us. It's through email. Also, there are like video calls through Zoom or Google Meet. And also for more urgent cases, you can contact our support team via WhatsApp to have like whatever it's needed to be solved quickly. What we clearly see is that the drone technologies are developing really quickly, and there is more and more demand for highly qualified specialists of drone services. So with this in mind, we launched this educational program where educational institutions can access drone show software and training for half of the price. So if you are representing a university or a college and would like to teach your students how to set up and successfully run drone shows, then this is really great opportunity for you to learn from the experts in the field. So how this educational program looks like? First of all, we will provide you with the full bundle that includes the hardware, firmware, and software as one pack. So you will also receive a practical training from our engineering team. The training is for up to 4 representatives. These are usually the professors who will later pass on the knowledge to the students. We will teach you different aspects of doing a show, like creating an animation in Drone Show Creator, which is a simple designing tool which allows you to create 2D animation. It is quite simple, so even students who don't have any designing background will be able to learn it. Then we will teach you to visualize these created animations in a simulation mode, like for example in Task Viewer, then teach you how to set up the drones for the shows and successfully piloting swarms. At the same time, our partner WG Drones will provide you with a training on the hardware side, where you will learn how to assemble if you purchase a kit, and also how to repair the drones when it is necessary. So since it's a really good package, this will make your students highly valuable assets, since they will have specific knowledge and skills to take care basically of any aspect of the drone shows, like creating animations, repairing drones, setting up the system for the show, and finally also running the show. Also, I would like to mention that we give you access to the SORA documentation, which talks about the risk assessment and risk mitigation. And these documents actually will allow you to get the necessary permissions from local CAA or FAA. Here is like a summary of the package that I just mentioned. So basically, if you become our educational partner, you will get the hardware and software from us, also training for up to 4 representatives. You will get the training materials, so it would be easier for you to pass on the knowledge to the students. As well, you will get also sample animations, so you can quickly start to run some shows with the students. That would be everything from my side, and I think we are ready for your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ilza, for sharing your valuable insights and for guiding us how to build a successful drone show business with drone show technologies. And now, yes, it's section for Q&A. So please, Alexander, could you support me and moderate? I see that we still have open questions, so now it's time to cover it.
Yeah. So, guys, we have a lot of questions regarding their price point, regarding what the price per drone, etc. So please, we'll send to all of you like a price via email. So just specify how many drones would you like to purchase and when. So, and let's have a private conversation and talk about it. So there is, I see questions. Yeah, is there one-time payment available for the software? Yes. So your purchase in the very beginning the package, which Ilse described, including everything, full experience, and the software is just a part of this package. So yeah, you pay for the software in the first year, and starting from the second year, yeah, you pay for their support and license as well. Yeah, here I see a lot of questions from India regarding Indian market and what's the price, etc. So right now you can import ready-to-fly drones to Indian market. So you should to import kit and assemble your own drones in India. So you can buy kits and assemble your drones, buy the software, and yeah, India is a huge market. So I see minimum 3 market players. So you can start to do it with us.
Alexander, I just want to address one question that I have multiple times about the casing. How do you transport the drones? So we have two options. We have corrugated boxes, it's plastic boxes that you can move those drones in packs of 5. You can stack them together. So a single person can carry up to 20 drones by themselves. But we also have a Pelican case that has 20 drones inside. So we have both options. I know that probably later we can send you images, photographs, or whatever we're gonna be reaching out over email. So if you send emails to info@wgdrones.com or to Ilse, I'm pretty sure we can get you some of those.
Yeah, thank you, Antonio. Yeah. So we have questions regarding SORA, some legal aspects. So yeah, we're trying to follow to all updates and support customer with their SORA documentation. So I see, Charles, the question from you regarding UK. So just let's reach out us and talk in details about how we can support you to get the permission in UK, because currently we have 2 customers in UK, and CAA from UK asked all new drone pilot certificate from us. So without this certificate, it's no way to perform any drone shows in UK. Yeah, so we can adjust our existing SORA to new requirements with you. I mean, we can assist you to answer and cover some of open questions from authorities. And yeah, because we have this explanation, basic explanation about the system, how it works, what the possible aviation incidents could be, and how exactly our system can mitigate it. So we can adjust it to any, new requirements, and so just yeah, let's have a separate conversation about it. So it's possible to buy separately training or separately license. So yeah, you can buy just drone show software license and basic training just to understand how it works, and then purchase the drones afterwards. But yeah, just explain why it's needed, and yeah, because if you'd like to make your own drone, so we have a lot of requests like, hey, I am drone manufacturer from the wild, I really want to make my own drone show, let's do it together. So essentially, we counted last year that we support over 35 different platforms. And believe me, it's extremely hard to support all these component chain and adjust some new components to your, Gerber file of LED and a lot of complicated things. And so if you would like to assemble your own drone, I highly recommend you to not spend your time to do it from scratch. I highly recommend you to purchase a kit from VG Drones because it's out of box supported in Drone Show software. So it's not needed for you to customize a lot of things, drivers, etc., etc. So it's possible to upgrade from educational package to main package later? No. So it's your university. If you purchase this solution for educational purposes, please use it for educational purposes. If you want to make money using these technologies, please just place an order for the new system.
Alexander, I will answer one question that probably it's in everyone's interest. I had a question about the battery. How do you charge your batteries? And that's a big question. So that's the reason I want to address it. So it's a process. Basically, what kind of infrastructure you need to be able to charge your batteries. You gotta think about that every battery is between 25 to 50 watts every time you want to charge it. So to charge 200 batteries at the same time, the infrastructure you need from the grid, it's pretty heavy. So that being said, when you are on your warehouse, probably you are already set everything up in your warehouse to be able to charge all the batteries at the same time. But normally you do this on the road. So you got to think about that you're going to get to a place where the infrastructure is not ready to charge the battery. So you need to do it on a process. So you charge one set and then you keep going. And about the batteries, I have another question. How do you perform 2 shows same night? It's with another battery set, because between shows, it's almost impossible to be able to charge them all at the same time. I hope I answered your question, guys, but I also text you guys about that.
So another question from Charlie is regarding mixing aircraft fleets. So I sent to you the link with a proven experience that it's possible. So during drone show animation preparation, you have to, you need the distance between each drones 3 meters. It could be 2.5, so it's no problem. But our requirements from our side, all different aircraft should have the same firmware from our side, so it's a mandatory part.
Another question that I got, it's about how do you manage, or did we have the specs of the pyrotechnics on the drone, because it was one of our slides, our current designs. So, well, the pyrotechnics we have attached to our drone are cold sparks. That being said, it's not that it's cold, there's powder in there, of course, but it's already prepared. So it's not part inside the drone electronics or anything like that. So it's separated from it. And it's good to say that any of our drones can be retrofit to become a pyrotechnic drone. Of course, there's a kit that you need to attach to the drone to be able to do that. But that is right now all cold sparks as of today. We have some customers that are planning to do more like projectiles going sideways and stuff. That's still R&D, but I will keep everyone in the loop that it's interested in having pyrotechnics on the drones.
So I see interesting question. When will drone show software work with parrot drones? I don't know. So we received a request from their partners that they really want to make a drone for the swarm, but we'll see. I know that one of well-known market players who decided to adjust drone from well-known drone manufacturer to the swarm industry. They assemble their proprietary FMU, their proprietary software, etc., etc. But finally, they are moving away because all these things are not scalable. I think that's it. So we have some another questions. I believe that we will cover. I will reach out to you afterwards and cover all your questions via email. So, Antonio, would you like to answer?
There's many, probably we're
Yeah,
running out
many.
of time. But the thing
Yeah.
on the batteries as well, people is asking, how do you transport them? This is the most challenging part in this business, how to transport batteries. Yes, it's a fire hazard. Most airlines don't allow you to fly with many batteries. So it's a problem, absolutely. It's got to be certified on when you ship it over DHL or any of probably FedEx or UPS. You need a certificate from the battery that it's safe to fly. And when it's used, the battery is really hard to get that in line. So when you put the battery inside a drone, somehow it's different for them. I don't know why, but if the battery is inside the drone, it seems like they don't worry about this specific topic. But you probably need another set of batteries. So what we recommend you is to move those over the ground, and it's easier to do it that way. And if you're going to be doing international, often you need to have a battery pack there. So you got to think that the battery is the most consumable part of the drone. So the batteries, a good battery is going to endure probably between a year or 18 months if it's treated well. If you use storage every time that you use it and you move it often, but that is part of the training on the hardware that we also do. So how do you treat your batteries to have a better lifetime on those? Okay. Hope I answered.
Yeah, Antonio, thank you. So another question was from Charlie. So how we can prove that we can work with different type of aircraft? Please come to our office anytime. We have 6 different type of aircraft under our QA stage. All of them perform a flight all together. So if you'd like to see in action, please schedule a visit.
Oh, Alexander, I saw a question that how many drones can people handle on your platform at the same time? I know the answer, but I want to get it from you, and you froze. So probably I should answer instead. So in theory, there is no limitation on the number of drones. I mean, it will require some technical, you will have some specific technical requirements to achieve this. The size of the network that you're going to have to deploy, but we're talking about thousands of drones. So in theory, you can get up to 60K drones based on having one system ID and the one component ID. That's 2 bytes. So basically it's 55K. So, but that's theory, of course, and nobody has flown 65,000 drones at the same time.
So I think we can come back with other open questions in the mail afterwards. Yeah. And now, unfortunately, it's time to close our webinar. And on behalf of SPH Engineering, Widget Drones, and all the speakers, I would like to thank our dear participants for the active participation and the engagement. We really appreciate your presence here today and hope that you have found this webinar insightful and inspiring. Yeah, I've seen a lot of questions. Don't afraid. We understand that there may be some topics you would like to revisit or share with your colleagues who couldn't attend today's session. So next week, at the beginning of the week, we will share with you a recorded video of the webinar, as well as presentations and speaker contacts. And yeah, I'm sure these additional materials will be useful for your reference. So thank you once again for joining our webinar, and we will be happy to see you on our next webinars. Let's be in touch. Thank you.